This is EMS TV and you are watching EMS English News, and here are today's top stories. A special investigation team and a forensic team reached the site of the deadly coaching center fire in Lucknow on Tuesday morning. The fire has claimed 15 lives so far. The investigation team inspected the building to determine the cause of the tragedy and check for safety violations. The site includes IPS officer Praveen Kumar and IS officer Amrita Bijat. All bodies have been identified and handed over to their families. Emotional scene were witnesses at hospital and mortuaries, with one mother fainting after seeing her daughter's body. Authorities have promised a thorough investigation into the incident. The Trinamool Congress has submitted a new list of party office bearers and National Working Committee members to the Election Commission. In the list, Mamata Banerjee has been named as the party president. Abhishek Banerjee remains the National General Secretary, while Subrata Bakshi has been listed as Vice President. The move comes a day after a rebel faction of the party reportedly elected Arup Roy as President. By sending the updated list, TMC has reaffirmed Mamata Banerjee's leadership and organizational control over the party. The Election Commission is expected to review the submitted documents. A shocking triple murder case has been reported from Bengaluru's KR Puram area. A husband, wife and their 19-year-old daughter were found dead inside an apartment on Monday evening. The victims have been identified as Soma Sundar, Muthulakshmi and Supriya. According to police, the family had gone to meet their elder daughter Shweta, who was living in the flat with her boyfriend Kenneth. The bodies were found with multiple knife injuries. Police suspect that Shweta and Kenneth may be involved in the killings. Both are currently missing and a search operation is underway. The special investigation team has submitted its report to the Uttar Pradesh government regarding the alleged theft of donations at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. According to sources, the 20-page report recommends filing an FIR and restructuring the temple trust. The SIT also suggested appointing a senior government officer as the temple's chief executive officer to improve administration and oversight. The report was handed over to senior state official for further action. Authorities are now expected to review the findings and decide on the next steps in the high-profile case, which has attracted significant public attention. The death toll in the Tamil Nadu gas leak incident has risen to 9. According to health officials, all the victims were women. 7 of them were from Odisha, while 2 were from Assam. The accident happened on June 21st at a private seafood processing and export factory in Tiruvallur district. Around 69 workers are still receiving treatment in different hospitals. Many suffered breathing problems, chest pain, coughing and eye irritation after the gas leak. 2 patients have been discharged. Authorities are continuing their investigation to find the exact cause of the leak. US President Donald Trump has claimed that Iran is ready to allow international inspection of its nuclear facilities. Trump said such inspection would help build global confidence that Iran's nuclear program is not being used to make weapons. He added that inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency could return to Iran. However, Iran has rejected Trump's statement. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghi said there is no agreement on nuclear issues. Iran stated that cooperation with the IAEA will continue under existing rules while major disagreements remain unresolved. Iran has said that the Strait of Hormuz will not return to its pre-war situation. Iranian Parliament Speaker and senior negotiator Mohammad Baghir Ghalibaf stated that Iran will manage and monitor the strategic waterway in its own way while continuing to follow international laws. He also said that Iran no longer trusts the United States and will take steps to protect its national interest. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most important oil shipping routes, and any changes there could affect global energy market and international trade. A powerful explosion hit the Ras Laffan LNG complex, Qatar's largest gas plant, on Sunday evening. At least 13 people were killed, including 12 Indian workers. More than 60 others were injured in the blast. The accident happened just 2 days after a new production unit started operation at the facility. Emergency team rushed to the site and rescued many workers. Authorities have launched an investigation to find out the cause of the explosion. The Indian embassy is in contact with local officials and affected families. Qatar is one of the world's leading exporters of liquefied natural gas. India's stock market opened with a small gains on Tuesday. The Sensex rose around 50 points and was trading near 77,150. The Nifty also moved up by about 20 points and was trading around 24,100. Despite the positive start, selling pressure was seen in metal and IT stocks. Share of Vedanta fell nearly 6%, making it one of the biggest losers of the day. Investors are closely watching global market trends and economic development. Market experts say trading may remain volatile as investors react to company updates and international news. Argentina captain Lionel Messi made history by becoming the highest goal scorer in FIFA World Cup history. Messi scored twice in Argentina's 2-0 victory over Austria. His first goal was his 17th World Cup goal, breaking the previous record of 16 goals held by Klose. He later added another goal to take his total to 18. The win helped Argentina secure a place in the knockout stage of the tournament. Messi's outstanding performance once again showed why he is considered one of the football's greatest players. Fans around the world celebrated the achievement as Argentina continues its strong World Cup campaign with another important victory. Pre-monsoon rain and strong winds affected several states across India on Monday. The monsoon, which had been stalled near the Chhattisgarh border for about 2 weeks, has now moved forward and reached Alibag, just 20 kilometers from Mumbai. It is expected to reach Mumbai within the next 24 hours. Heavy rain was reported in parts of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Delhi. In Madhya Pradesh, lightning struck 2 girls in Chhatarpur and one later died in the hospital. In Uttar Pradesh, strong winds uprooted trees and electric poles in Basti, causing traffic disruption. In Punjab, a falling tree caused another death. Authorities remain on alert as monsoon conditions continue to intensify. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.